Hi, this is Alka, and welcome back to my channel. Well, we just got some disturbing news from TMZ about Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon. Apparently, these folks had plans to euthanize both animals at least 4 days before the actual raid took place on October 30th. We just got this from TMZ and the New York Post. This is what it is. Exclusive details. Peanut the squirrel was rabies free. We knew that already. Death order days before raid. So Peanut the squirrel was officially in the clear, testing negative for rabies after his death. But get this, it's also emerged that both he and Fred the raccoon were set for the chopping block days before they were seized in the raid, and the owner is absolutely livid over it. So will everybody else now. Mark Longo did not hold back, told TMZ it's hard to stomach the bombshell revelation that 4 different agencies have already given the green light to euthanize his pet 7 days, or now it's 7, before they were even taken from his upstate New York property on October 3rd. So they're already in their mind, already sentencing the animals to death. The New York Post reports state officials advised the county to euthanize the animals a week before the raid was launched. This news contradicts New York State Department of Environmental Conservative claimed that Peanut had bitten an agent during the raid, supposedly necessary for the rabies test. The animal must be euthanized to properly test for rabies. So they already decided to euthanize the animals at least 4 to 7 days before the incident. So we don't know now if the biting situation was real or not. So their credibility is a Chemie County, New York official said in a Tuesday news conference, tests on the 2 animals returned negative for rabies. Of course, they weren't acting like they had rabies. Mark told us he's left in the dark, finding out key details through the news outlet while the agency hadn't even bothered to give him a courtesy call with the updates in the investigation. They keep leaving him out of the loop. He added officials have been investigating him since January, and he's gearing up to slap the entire state with a major lawsuit. Yes, go after the governor too, because she's a crazed, unhinged squirrel killer herself. Heartbroken, Mark shared with us that he's been waiting to get Peanuts and Fred's body back so he can properly plan the funeral. He's hoped to hold it this weekend, but without their return, he's now thinking of hosting a memorial at his animal sanctuary, Peanut Freedom Farm Animal Sanctuary, instead. Mark is not letting this slide. He's out for justice for Peanut, and it's just not him. The whole country feels this heartbreak and is backing him up, wanting answers just as badly. And that's about it. But the thing is, they already decided they were going to euthanize the animals 7 days. So, question is, did Peanut really bit somebody? Or this was all made up? That is the $1 million question here, folks. And what are we going to do about it? Because apparently, as James Bond once says, government change, the lies remain the same. So when it comes to Democrats, no matter how much they change, the lies always will be the same. So did they plan this lie to use as a rouse to execute those 2 poor animals? Because if they said they already decided 7 days prior to the raid, then they don't have a leg to stand on. Because they didn't give the man a chance to get the paperwork done or fight this. Nothing. They just took the animals and they killed them. They already planned it in advance. And it's so sad. And it's so disgusting. And Kathy Hochul, you're a freaking squirrel killer. You're a nutcase. You're a lunatic. You're unhinged. I've seen how you acted when with the Trump supporters. So if you treat human beings like that, there's no way that this poor squirrel and that raccoon was going to survive the wrath of you. You got to remember when it's election day in New York, uh, when it's her turn to run for re-election, you should pastor her and drive her crazy about what she did, or her agency, or both, to poor Peanut and poor Fred, the raccoon. There was no justification for this. None at all. I don't like New York. I want to stop doing business with them. I do not care. They're evil. They're disgusting. And they treated Trump like garbage. So they treated me like garbage. So poor Fred and poor Peanut did not have a chance. And I'm so sorry, Mark. I really am so sorry. I'm shaking my head because at this point, I'm just at my wit's end trying to figure out how is it possible they would do something this evil, this cruel, this disgusting. I can't keep putting adjectives because there'll be a 10-minute video if I keep doing this. They're just disgusting people. Real disgusting. You gotta get rid of Kathy Hochul as soon as possible. Put a Republican into place and end this nonsense. I mean, do these people really needed all this weaponry and guards? I mean, whatever with guns and then police with guns just to get a squirrel and a raccoon, please. Oh, and let's not forget that they asked the lady for her immigration status. They don't ask anybody in New York City at the hotels. What about their immigration status? You're not allowed to do that. So that's all I can say. So long for now, and don't forget your stop.